is big enough to give you everything you want. It is big enough to take away everything you want. Welcome to the Spearhead Transmission.
With your hosts, Nick Brand and Michael Ray.
This is Spearhead Transmission.
You've tuned in to another episode of the Spearhead Transmission. It's November 12th, 2014. It's time to break those chains and water that tree.
Welcome.
Welcome. I get so tired of saying the same thing. Try to change it up a little bit. So
It's good.
instead of
So our listeners that's not like a generic episode every time.
well, or we could do the episode count. Welcome to Spearhead Transmission podcast number 42 or
I don't know
whatever.
what it is yet.
Figure the title out when it's posted.
What you need to do is you need to work on your radio voice so that it can be like, this is the Spearhead Transmission.
I can't do
Nick
it.
Brim.
I've listened to a podcast today of the Ford Observer podcast or something, and man, it's just like us. It's not Rush Limbaugh voice or anything, because
No.
I think those voices, those are acted voices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just people don't talk like this all the time when they're discussing politics and current events.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, the whole...
So it seemed like it'd be hard to, we only do this for an hour and 45 minutes or whatever, and it'd be hard to pull off for that long.
Yeah, man, I think you'd have to...
It
would have to be you. So like when you leave, you'd talk like that too. Like,
can I get 5 roast beef sandwiches, please?
I've got the documents.
Yeah. Why are you talking like that? Why, what do you mean? Can I get the sandwiches? So anyway, we missed last week. I went on a hunting trip where the deer are bountiful, a wildlife management area in Sequoia County, Oklahoma, where there's deer tracks everywhere. It's like going to be a turkey shoot, and didn't shoot anything. So I spent 2 days out in the woods sitting around staring at my feet, and it was nice though. It was better than working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's that tag? The best day fishing's better than the worst day working,
Yeah,
or
right.
something like that.
Just fill it in with whatever, right?
Yeah. So it was fun, but we were going to do it the night I came back, so I'd have been up since 4:30, then drove all the way home, and then came home, and then got here at night, and then did a podcast, and couldn't pull that off, so then we were going to do it this past Sunday, and had some things come up, so we didn't do that. But so here we are tonight. We got some big things coming up in the future, some other projects we're going to try out. We still like to hear any kind of ideas that you guys have for the show. If you want to email them to spearheadx@yahoo.com or on our Facebook page, any guests or any kind of insight you guys might have for future shows, just send them to us. But tonight we have a special guest.
His name is Dyer from Jaysanalysis, and we're going to give him a call.
Let's do it. All right, so on the phone we got Dyer from Jaysanalysis. Jay, there?
I am.
How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. I listened to some of you guys' past podcasts, and I heard you guys. You guys are drinking, so I went ahead and had about 20 beers. So I'm pretty good to go.
You started, huh?
We got scotch.
We got
yeah,
some scotch
right.
tonight, so...
If you got the Irish car bomb episode, that was excessive.
That was it.
Was it? I was
Yeah.
funny is before we had you on here, I was like, I was sitting on the couch and like, for some reason I was thinking about that curdled milk or whatever that shit was in that drink,
The Baileys.
Bailey's, and I was like, that's a pretty fun episode with Thuggish
Yeah.
Ruggish Bone playing over and over.
I don't really remember the episode, to be honest.
Well, I had fun listening to you guys. I in order to prepare for this, I didn't read any articles or anything. I actually just stripped down to my underwear, and I've been running around doing that routine that Tom Cruise does in Risky Business. So I've been sliding across the floor in my underwear.
Oh, that's
Thinking about Xenu the whole time?
perfect.
Xenu?
Yeah.
Or electrocuting Oprah to death with your bare hands. So
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. You've got a website called Jaysanalysis.
I have a website called it's Microsoft.com. You might have heard of it. We deal with computers.
Perfect.
It's Jaysanalysis.com. It's a kind of a weird blender of everything from satire to philosophy to film analysis to geopolitics to comparative religion to you name it. It's a unique blender. I guess it's a philosophical tabloid is one way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a blender, most definitely, and I mean, I've been there a number of times, and I enjoy.
Fits in with us then, because we're kind of a blender.
Yeah, he's just really smart though. So
Yeah,
I mean,
we just blend.
Yeah, we just blend. So Jay, give us a little background, like, what started you on this path? Because obviously, as it's not, it's very unique. So it's not that it's something that you would find on your typical web search.
Yeah. Well, I'm a 35-year-old dude who went to college and majored in philosophy. I had side interests that were things like theology, religion, basically things that don't pay and make any money. Those are all the things I liked. In high school, I was a comedic, goofy guy. Did a lot of theater type stuff and improv. So really what happened was when I went to college, I decided I would choose philosophy. Philosophy was the only option at the local university here. And from there, you just kind of get into basically challenging your worldview. You know, you're asked to take the opposing position, in debates and things like that. So, questioning my own upbringing, questioning my own presuppositions, my own, what I was raised with. That's kind of what philosophy is all about. It's about trying to be objective, at least shooting for objectivity. So I went to grad school at the same place I did undergrad and decided that I would focus on espionage for my thesis. So my still incomplete master's thesis is it's on James Bond. Okay. I always get a chuckle out of people when I say that, but it really is. My master's thesis is on James Bond.
The writer,
right? The reason for that,
is it like the books? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it's actually on both. It's on Ian Fleming's novels and the film character.
Okay.
So I had some film classes and stuff like that, and really what I started seeing was that there was a connection between a lot of what you find in alternative media with movies and propaganda and what you see in fictional narratives. So the New World Order and all that, kind of has a parallel to a lot of what you see in fiction. So exploring that threshold, if you will, between, what's fiction and what's fact, what's propaganda, what's a psychological warfare operation is really what I wanted to focus on in grad school. So it just kind of went crazy. I just went into all kinds of different avenues, and the website is really just a reflection of my own interests. So that's kind of where we're at.
That makes sense, right? I mean, with a philosophy degree, right? You're gonna have to do something to vary it up, and it's
none of the philosophy companies were hiring.
Exactly. I know, because I thought about it many times and then been like, man, what? I would be happy, but excuse me, but what would I do? So, but you seem to have figured it out. You seem to figure out what you need to do. You make a website, and you get people like me to go to it.
Yeah, it's, you gotta try to be this sales kind of guy, and oddly enough, I've always done sales, but I don't really like it. That's not what I'd like to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to go the route of writing and things like that, yeah, you got to kind of put yourself out there and basically thrust yourself in everyone else's face until they're so sick of you that they finally are like, yeah, okay, we'll look at your stuff.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah, he's good. He's cool, man.
No, I mean,
am I the only one that's drinking? I feel like I'm like
No. We just started. Is all.
I just about suffocated myself just a second ago because I'm
like warp speed ahead of you guys.
I tried to smoke the scotch by
inhaling it.
Yeah.
You're aspirating on scotch.
No,
sniffing scotch.
Yeah, what you were saying earlier that like the media has like I don't know if you said false flag or like psyops or any of that psyops or
Yeah, like the layered attack
Yeah.
that the media uses, right?
Right.
the thing that gets me. The thing that gets. Go ahead. What were you saying? Oh,
No, I was just going to say that like you start noticing that what's in movies, what's in fiction, has these really weird parallels and predictive programming type, scenarios that then come true or, refer to real events. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on,
Yeah, and the thing is, though, is now, I don't know if it's from doing this podcast or if it's from getting older or what, but like everything I see now,
Are you skeptical of?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, like
every single thing is like, well, that's probably just fake.
Have you seen that video today? The one that I was talking about earlier about the Syrian boy that rescues the little girl,
sister?
Right? So like that, I mean, immediately it generates this emotion in me, right? So and that's exactly what it's meant to do. But then immediately after that, I'm instantly skeptical, and I hate that I'm so skeptical, but I feel like I can't be any other way now, like, because instantly it generates this emotion in me of like, I can't believe those motherfuckers are gonna shoot at a little kid, and it makes me want to go blow them up, right? But that's the idea, isn't it? I mean, I don't even know if that's real or not, but that was the emotion that was generated, and then I had to rein myself in.
Well, it's just like, I mean, everything. I'm trying to think of something that everything I've seen, even news stories, regular news stories, but then I start thinking like, well, what can you trust, or what can you even, truthfully believe anymore?
Logic? Truthfully, that's
me.
it.
No, me. I'm the only side left. I'm the only true side.
Jay's analysis.
I'm your guru. You got to come to me.
But seriously, you know what I mean? Like, you can, because I read like different, outlets of news so that I'm not just getting like a, one-sided view of news. But then you're thinking, well, this news, I mean, they're all eventually going to be they're coming from the same hand. You know what I mean? So
right.
One is just appealing to one side of you, and the other is appealing to the other side of you.
But it's crazy because they're both so predictable. And then if you read the comments of the people that read those stories, the comments are predictable. These people are falling right in line with what they're supposed to. If you read the Huffington Post, as soon as you read a story, everyone's bashing the Republicans. If you read Fox News, you get down in the comments, everyone's bashing the
so-called
liberals for the exact same thing. And it blows my mind. But it also makes me, I don't know. It's like
in my view, philosophy in the West is pretty much dead. It doesn't really exist. And so when you go to a state university or some private school and you study philosophy, most of the time what you're going to get is actually a standardized curriculum that is across the board. So my university used the same curriculum that MIT used. And so, MIT was probably a lot more expensive than the state school I went to, but it was the same curriculum. So the idea that, through education, if we just go and try to learn from the system, how to think or how to navigate this, nonsense, it's never going to happen. It's never going to work because the system itself, even when it teaches philosophy, doesn't teach philosophy. What it teaches is just really a more sophisticated form of brainwashing. So I wouldn't really recommend, going to a university to study philosophy. I would just recommend reading the books on your own. I mean, you
that line
you
out
pay,
of
you pay $40,000 for, some guy with a ponytail to stand up there and tell you some bullshit when you could just go, for $5 you could go, grab a copy of Plato's Republic.
Goodwill Hunting.
Exactly.
Spend $80,000 or $10 in late fees at your library.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That really is true, though. I mean, it really is true. Like the Rockefeller Foundation, National Endowment for Arts, all these different boards, these different government, entities basically run the entire standardized curriculum. So, yeah, I mean, you'll read Plato, but what you're going to get is some guy standing up there telling you
influencing your judgment on it. Yeah.
Well, he's telling you the same thing that the guy across the state's telling you, instead of giving your own. Yeah. So, though, I mean, like standardized education period. Like, I went to a state university here in Oklahoma, and it's to me, like when I was growing up, I thought, oh, it's so hard to get in college. Like it's a difficult thing to do. I'll never do that because I was never a school guy. And after I got to the military, I figured, I'll try it. I didn't have a clue about like spring and fall semester that makes sense to me, and when I went, I started realizing like this is just about money. This is all this is about.
Right.
Money.
Exactly.
And then when I went back to get my master's, I didn't have all my classes for to like get into the program that I wanted to start. And my wife's like, well, you're screwed. You're not going to be able to start because you didn't have that chemistry class. I was like, I bet you I can. I bet you somehow I can. I bet you I pay money or do something, I can start that program. And sure enough, I was able to enroll under special student status, but I paid like an extra $75.
There you go.
Just so I could start, which it's stupid anyway. Like, oh, you haven't taken a chemistry class yet. Well, can I take it later?
Well, if you've got the means and the money, I would say do it and mess with them like that. I literally would argue with the professors all the time. I got kicked out of classes all the time. So
this is a beautiful thing, is that I'm actually a professor. I teach. My goal now is to piss you off. No, and that's the thing is that my goal is to shake the foundations of all of my students. Because
there you go.
Because I teach economics. I mean, I do it. It's only part time, right? But
boring.
Yeah. it falls in line exactly with what Nick was saying. It's all about money, and I even see it in my students. Right? They're just showing up because guess what? They're getting student aid. They're in this university, and so when I put them to it, and they can't put me in a box. They can't say, oh wait, this guy's he's left. He's right. Wait, I can't figure him out. And they don't understand that it's all about pure efficiency, and as far as economics, and it's about choice and breaking it down to the simplest. That's really the simplest matter in economics. And
all I ever got was Keynesianism and Marxism, and the reason that my thesis isn't finished is because I almost got into a fist fight with the advisor.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's purely Austrian where I teach. They don't, and people don't even have any idea. They totally are blown away. They're like, wait, what is this?
Austrian.
It's Austrian economics. I mean, it's free market, right? So
I don't know. School's I don't want to say it's a joke because I think as ridiculous as it is all these companies ask like, oh, we require a college degree. I mean, it does show that you took the initiative to start and complete a process, but at the same time, it's like you pay the money and you give it a somewhat of attempt. You're gonna make decent grades and get a degree,
right?
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Like I think the days have come and gone of like, well, you didn't complete the program, so we're gonna have to kick you out because then they're gonna lose
right. Well,
tuition. You know?
because then that guy's going to be like, hey, that's too damn hard, right? And so other people are going to be like, well, I don't think I can make it. You know, whatever. There's no.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Jay, tell us a little bit about your philosophical awakening. Like, what happened? What was a catalyst to get you to this point, or even, you know, to get you interested in this?
Fighting with his advisor.
Now, prior to that, like,
No. That was the fight with the advisor was actually like 3 years ago. So
No.
I'm venturing to guess that you grew up in a small town.
You nailed it.
Not me. I was going to say back then.
I was.
I didn't drink all my liquor.
Yeah,
I was a religious guy as a young guy, and basically through church, you know, I started learning about stuff like geopolitics, things like that. For a while, I attended a Calvinist church that was pretty interested in that kind of stuff, oddly enough, and this is like age 19, 20, 21.
Mm-hmm.
That led to, you know, getting into looking at things like communism, the United Nations, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say around 19 or 20, I really started waking up to things like the New World Order. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Tex Mars, but I read a Tex Mars book, I think, when I was 19. And it was the first thing I'd ever read about the New World Order. And he's a, you know, UC Texas, you know, evangelical, pre-millennial type, into the world is coming preacher. And I read this book, and I was just like, holy crap, you know, this is actually real. There's a real plan to, you know, bring about a global government and all that. So over time, you know, as I progressed in my views and education, dropped a lot of the Protestant and evangelical elements of my worldview. And, you know, again, from there, it just kind of expanded into, I guess, from age 19 on, you know, just getting deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole and looking at all the different facets of how the world really works.
And examining each one of those, right? And like just trying to break down the barriers. So you're in the...
Yeah, and philosophy is a big part of that because, like I said, you know, it asks you to, you know, there's a quote by Aristotle where he talks about, you know, understanding your opponent's position without adopting it. And that's crucial to, I think, progressing as a human. Because if you aren't able to be objective and look at another position from its own standpoint, you know, then you're really just, you know, shouting back and forth past each other. You're not really getting anywhere. So, you know, that's really what philosophy is all about.
I mean, yeah, and I think, at least I guess for me, is that it's like removing any demagogic response to a reaction and trying to, you know, break down those barriers by using logic. You know, that's what's funny is that you and I have a similar background, and I think obviously it's taken me a little bit longer to get to where I'm not near as accomplished, or I don't have a website, but I would venture to guess that if we were to speak, you know, and just on person to person, that I bet there's a lot of similarities that we would find. I grew up also in a religious background, more non-denominational, but a lot of like forward thinking, you know, end times apocalyptic ideas. And so it scared the hell out of me as a young kid. You know, I grew up in the idea of where I thought that I'm a little bit older than you. I'm like 5 years older, but where, you know, it was the Cold War. I thought there was a nuclear attack right around the corner all the time, you know, and then the rapture was supposed to be on its way, and all this, you know, all this stuff. And
the rapture actually already happened. Did you not know that?
Well, no. I mean, I don't.
It was Y2K. That was the rapture.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm sorry, that was a dumb joke.
No, I got it. Because, yeah, at that point in time, it was like, I remember how everybody was going crazy
Right.
for Y2K.
Dude, I
right?
was in Guam when the Y2K happened. Like,
Uh-huh.
I was in midnight, and I called my parents. I was like, "Well, it's midnight here, and it's totally fine. So you're good."
I was a bartender, and I was like, well, all right, cheers, we made it.
I did know a girl whose dad buried a VW in the backyard and like 500-gallon tank of diesel and a bunch of food for Y2K.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I mean, what would you say at that point? Like,
Well, let's dig up the VW.
yeah, well, shit. That was
Yeah.
gambled on that one and lost. I didn't gamble.
I had a sleeping bag full of cupcakes. That's all I wanted.
You made it. You made it through Y2K.
Well, my thinking was that girls like cupcakes, and I'm gonna make the best of it. So, what's the best way to get a girl in a sleeping bag other than a cupcake and a sleeping bag?
There's no better way, dude. There's no better.
Or Hypnol.
Next time you
Well,
you
I
guys
mean-
are married, I guess, but that's my game tactic right there.
That's how you.
Cupcakes
That's
and
how you
sleeping
work.
bags.
It's just cupcakes, sweets.
Hey, baby.
So you guys are like hardcore former military guys. Are you both military dudes?
We were.
We were.
I wouldn't go as say it's hardcore. I actually made a statement on Facebook the other day that said, I haven't read a magazine cover to cover since I've got out of the military. Because, you know, like Watch and stuff. I used to read every single word in a magazine, like the captions under the pictures, the notes in the table of contents. Because if you're sitting somewhere for that long, you know.
Because you were always on guard, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Right.
I was an infantryman, so it was pretty much like a bunch of bitching. Most of the time, it'd be like, "Damn it, I'm cold. This sucks." That's pretty much it. But no, so I mean,
But yes, we were both.
We were both in the military. Yeah, 1997. When I got out.
I got out in 2002.
96.
2002.
So you guys fought for Norman Schwarzkopf.
Yep. Yeah, I did.
I didn't.
No, Schwarzkopf. Actually, it was. God, dude, it wasn't.
My Secretary of Defense was named Danzig.
Glenn Danzig.
Not Glenn.
Glenn Danzig.
Not Glenn
Been
Danzig. I
badass.
always thought I was awesome. Like, hell yeah, man.
Until he got his ass knocked out by the
Yeah, by Cottonmouth Kings.
Northside Kings.
Northside Kings.
Yeah, he got whooped.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are gonna delete this interview afterwards. You're gonna be like, "This is the dumbest fucking interview."
No way, dude.
That's good. That's we
This
blend.
guy was half drunk.
Well, we're working on it.
Yeah, we blend too. I'm at my house tonight, so I get ripped. Mike's got to drive home, not me. So no, but no. Were you under a Schwarzkopf?
No, what? I don't know, man. All it was for me was a lot of fun. Not the military, but the off time, like in Hawaii. That was it. Really and
Was
truly.
Schwarzkopf the head honch of the army and the?
During Desert Storm,
He was
so I
just
came
theater
in
commander, right?
right in at the end of Desert Storm.
Oh,
With Colin Powell, what was he?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was.
You know, it's funny though. I was like Mike and I were actually talking about today the status of, or not status, like the gear that we used when we were in the military it may as well have been World War II. Like it was just total shit. Everything I had was garbage.
Yeah,
It was like leftovers from the Vietnam War and this junk.
But I mean, really and truly, think about it. That's what happens, right? In peacetime, that's what's going to happen.
Did you have like a turn Gatling gun where you were like,
No,
Yeah, the old
crank?
the steam powered one.
It's just like everything was made out of heavy canvas and metal, and everything smelled like mildew. Everything was, green. Like now everything's desert, obviously because we've been in the desert for the last,
Because
14 years,
we've bought into the lie that we've bought into the dialogue that Al Qaeda's the Ebola, all the
It's not.
all the
It's
evils.
not Al Qaeda anymore. It's
It's ISIS and
And-
Khorasan, right?
Yeah,
So you guys spread freedom and democracy to
And
the rest of
Guam.
the world
Yeah, that's the idea, right?
in Guam.
yeah. Yeah, I drank a lot of
I
booze over there.
I spread a lot of it in Waikiki as much as I could. As many girls that I could be like, hey, yeah, use cupcakes. I never used them.
Put cupcakes in your tank, baby.
So you never joined the military, huh?
My dad was a military guy. He was Navy. He always wanted me to go in the military. But I ended up being more of the artsy, fartsy, faggoty type guy. So
can you draw?
I can draw, but I'm joking about the faggoty part, guys. Don't try to make any moves.
I do have a box of cupcakes.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
They were left over from an outing.
No, I've always been too light brain, too abstract to want to go that route. I came close a few times, but
well, it's probably best. I mean, to be.
That's the main reason I didn't, was I had so many friends that did, and so many of them were pretty much spoke of it in a negative way, like it was basically a bunch of bullshit. So.
You know what I find interesting about, and this isn't all obviously, but most everyone I know that was in the military that's out now does not trust the government one bit.
That's right, because you
really
realize.
skeptical of every single thing that's being done, and
exactly
it's like when I was a kid, you'd see the shows about the crazy. Schizophrenic military guys that are always like, "Oh, the government's out watching me. They're watching me."
It's because they fucking are.
Yeah, but the thing is like now, all my friends that got out of the military, except for a few, are all like, "Dude, the government's watching us. They're listening to our phones. We gotta if we need to talk, secretly, you gotta leave your phone in your truck and go walk out into a grass field somewhere." I don't understand. Everyone else will say, "Well, you guys are crazy. You read too many books or read too much on the internet." But it's seriously, like, why is it that select few people, like take Tim for instance, right? Tim's an internet nut job,
right? But he falls right in line with us.
But he was in the military, served in the army, served in Kosovo, and everyone on the internet calls him like a anti-American, war. Just like Mr. Anti-American, but he's the one that actually signed up and went overseas and fought.
Right.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, it's just a friend of ours.
A friend of mine that I've been friends with since middle school, but he, it's just funny because we all share that same trait, and I don't understand. I mean,
I think that when you see it in action, for me, when you see how inefficient it is, right, and how we were talking about today, we were talking about how budgets work and how much of a joke it is, and how much, whenever the more that the government's involved in any kind of economy, the more corrupt it gets, right? So we were talking about how in the military, they'd be like, "Okay, dudes," they wouldn't say dudes, they'd say, fuckheads or whatever. "Here you go, take all this ammo and go shoot it up, because if we don't waste it right now,
we don't get it
next year." And so you'd be like, "Well, that's obviously inefficient. Why don't you stockpile it, you dumbasses?"
Well, the Army actually called us at one point, because I was in the Navy, Mike was in the Army, and my buddy worked at the Armory, and he called my roommate, because my roommate worked at the Army, and said, "Hey, you guys want to shoot I had some Special Forces guys out on the range that had to burn through some ammo." It was the same thing. Like, they just had to get rid of it because they had to justify their budget for that year, and they didn't want it lowered for the next year. So, and just like everything else, like these schools and government buildings and everybody, instead of using what they have, we need more, we need bigger, we need bigger, need better.
It's it's a simple idea behind as an individual, you want to progress, right? Well, like I said, as a group of individuals, you want to progress, flourish, right, and prosper. Well, they have that same mentality, but the deal is they're doing it by stealing, right? I mean, essentially, it's by stealing. They're stealing it from you. It's forced benevolence, stealing it from you, and we got to get more. We got to steal more. We got to steal more. I don't know. Whatever. I'm rambling. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jay.
Well, that is really the root of how the system works as a whole. I mean, it's basically multi-tiered, multi-layered cons, and that's really all it is. It's a whole bunch of con artistry, and really the only people that get ahead in that system are the best con men. So, and I think that's partly why I never join the military too, just because I always felt like, you know, it was bullshit. Like the line that the recruiters spilling, you know, when you're in college, you know, you get these people trying to recruit you for all kinds of weird stuff. And then if you start a website when you're in your 20s that deals with conspiracy, I can tell you this: you will have weirdos and intelligence people and the craziest mix of stuff come out of the woodwork. I was not prepared for the kind of stuff that would come my way when I started a website. Because yeah, I mean, I'd read some conspiracy stuff and I'd read some geopolitics, and I was, you know, studying history and philosophy. I thought, hey, it'd be cool to start a website. I had a buddy that worked at a big company that was like, hey, you should start a website. You know, you should write some stuff. It'd be funny. It'd be fun to do. And you start this, you do this, and then, you know, you start meeting these weird people. You start getting these weird calls. And I'm not trying to make it into some, you know, overly dramatic, you know,
you're starting to sound like Alex Jones, man.
Crazy tale, but it really does happen. Like, you really do get, you know, people start messaging and people start telling you, get people, whistleblowers come to you, they want to, and you're just like, well, I don't know if I want to, you know.
Do you have do you right now have all the documents spread out in front of you? You sound like Alex Jones. I'm giving you a hard time.
Listen, I've got all the documents right here in front of me.
No, the thing is, like that right there, that I just, if someone started to call me, I'm so skeptical of everything. I just be like, what, you know, whatever, dude.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what, over time, you realize that a lot of this is, you know, people working for the government. It's a lot of disinfo. It's a lot of COINTELPRO, all that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, and
or offering you cupcakes.
That
gets you into the back.
That disinformation's a killer, because it's just, I bought a book a couple years ago called KG. What was it?
The Spetsnaz.
KGB right? Alpha Team Training Manual. It was like the Spetsnaz training manual. And I just bought
I've seen that, yeah.
I just bought it. You know, I thought it'd be interesting to read. And I was reading through it, and I was like, man, this is just full of bullshit. This is like nonsense, you know? I had like these Russian guys taking out American soldiers by throwing
five-finger death punches.
No, like razor blades out of a safety razor at people's necks. Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody throwing a razor blade at you? I'd be like, what?
Yeah. You're standing guard, someone throws a razor blade, hits you in the neck. Like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I mean, if you're in your 20s, though, you know, if you're like 23, 20, you know, 22, 23, 24, and you're starting a website, and you know, you see weird shit start happening, you're not ready for that. Like, I mean, maybe you guys were, you were in the military.
No, I wouldn't have been ready for any of that.
But
like what?
But after a while, it's like, you know, well, this is just the way the world works. So,
like, it wasn't like Anunnaki or anything that's coming down and talking to you.
No.
right?
I'm not talking about that kind of bullshit. I'm talking about, you know, people that work for intelligence agencies and stuff like that. So,
see, I've only talked to the CIA that one time at that career fair, and they were the engineer CIA guys.
They were like, we don't do any cool shit.
Yeah.
We just we look at plans.
But I don't think I've ever talked to any intelligence guys.
Maybe you have. I mean, this podcast has been going for. Maybe we're just so ridiculous that they don't think any.
Well, I've got to think, like, man, those guys, if
they listen to us,
they're like, God, they got the
so
shit.
Annoying.
Yeah, they got the shit, you know, job, because they're like, you gotta listen to that podcast till they say the wrong thing, and then we're gonna go arrest them. But until then, you're just gonna listen to it. But
now we've brought Jay Dyer on, right? And we've got another guy.
Well, I mean, like,
so now we're on the map. We're on the fucking
map. When you're younger, it's kind of a shell shock, and then, you know, as you get older, you don't really care, because all of it's really kind of ridiculous. You know, which is the point that you guys are making. That, I mean, what are you going to do with, you know, some guy that has a blog? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and
it's not.
I've always said that, you know, about, you know, my paranoia or whatever you want to call it. Like, what's the point of listening to my conversations? You know, I mean, how much intel is gained from Like
Well-
a guy talking about his bathroom.
Well, you got to think though, like his bowel movements.
Yeah, and he got rear-ended by a fucking lady when he was trying to sell his car today. But
You know, I mean, though, really, though, the idea is you got to monitor the competition, right? Isn't that the idea? They're monitoring their competition, and if the more free thought that gets out there, right, the more that people are, you know, I truly believe that a culture shift is happening, and I believe that there's an awakening that's going on, and because of the internet, I mean, sure, you're going to sift through a bunch of BS. You know,
there's a whole lot.
You're going to look at Kim Kardashian breaking the internet today, right?
Right.
That's Photoshop, dude.
I don't care.
It is, yeah.
Her waist is not that
Who
thin.
cares?
I mean, if her
No.
butt's probably that big, but her waist is not that thin.
It's still a picture.
I think I would rather see her waist normal size.
No, I would too, but I'm not going to be like,
because it looks like
I can't look at this as
super. Well,
Photoshop.
no, that's just true. It wasn't like I was.
I think Kim Kardashian is one of the best-looking women around right now.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is that the pinnacle there?
I mean, celebrity-wise, I think so.
What about you, Jay? What do you got?
Her big sister's not. The other young one's
Yeah, but
not.
Hottest chick, you know, once I hit like 33, I really got turned on to redheads. I don't even know why. I never liked redheads in my 20s.
A chick from
But-
Black Hawk, or not Black Hawk Down, Zero Dark 30.
I'm liking Christina Hendricks. I'm liking Jessica Chastain.
All right, dude.
I like redheads.
These are foreign to me.
Are they in movies? Is that the girl from Brave?
I like my women CGI and not real.
It's Jessica Rabbit. I
Yeah.
think is here.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, that's another good redhead. Good job, yeah.
You know what? You're saying that though, like you got to sift through all the bullshit. You know, I guess I'm gonna paint myself as completely skeptical of absolutely everything. But that, like I've said before, like if I was gonna make a list of people I wanted to follow that owned weapons, I'd form the NRA. You know, if I wanted to, oh yeah, that's the girl from Zero Dark 30. Yeah, she is hot. I don't like her attitude in Zero Dark 30.
That's Jessica Chastain. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, her attitude in Zero Dark 30 gets on my nerves. But
well, that maybe is a joke, so it's all propaganda. So
Yeah.
sorry.
But like all the, if you think about, like, it's Alex Jones. I've heard rumors that he's a
shill.
Yeah, he's putting out disinformation.
Yeah, man. I don't.
I've
How do
heard
you
that-
tell? Like,
Yeah, well, who's to say? Like everything. I don't even know. That's what I was
Dude,
saying earlier. I don't know
you know
where
what?
to stop questioning shit.
I'll tell you what legitimizes him. Right, is his British connection. What's that guy's name? That does the? He's got
Watson.
Yeah, Watson.
Pierce Bronson.
Or what is Watson?
Paul Joseph Watson.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's the guy's voice.
Who?
Holy shit, he knows how to do the it's one of Alex Jones's
That's a hidden
sidekicks.
talent I have. I can do pretty much anybody. So
Oh, nice.
I can't take Alex Jones because he's too
He's so
much.
loud.
Yeah, he's so loud.
Oh, that
it is Sunday, 2005. We're going to be live for the next 4 hours.
That's perfect, man. Hey, he's a Texan. Are you from Texas?
Hold on. I got an idea. All right, you ready? You got to do Ventura, and you guys have a conversation.
I can't do
yes,
Ventura
you can.
on demand.
Conspiracy theory.
I can't.
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can.
I've got a video where I'm Alex Jones and Jesse Ventura. You guys would like.
Oh, you can do Ventura too? Oh my god.
Well, you know, Alex, when I was a wrestler back in 1954, I was part of the New World Order with Hulk Hogan.
That's good, man. Mine's more.
Yours is a little more predator.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine's
This
Blaine.
is Predator, yes.
Yeah.
I can't do it. 'Cause
You
you're
can.
asking me to do it now.
All right.
Let me think about it
All
for a
right.
second.
But so
This is Jaysanalysis.
Yeah, so it's like
that's it right there. It's you got a little more throaty, slobbery.
yeah, mine's totally from Predator. See, but I can't. I got to read something or
Yeah. Well, read what's on Jay's page.
Interstellar 20. Hold on, here we go. All
right.
You're making me nervous, though.
This is going to be interesting. You
fried.
guys need to have a conversation between Predator, Ventura, and
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
I can't do it.
I see. You're on the spot.
If I got to drink more.
Okay. Hey, I got a question for you. Here we're gonna take. What is what's going on with the infatuation with? I mean, I don't have any problem with this because I've been infatuated with big booty since way back in 1993, probably. But what's the deal? Like, see if you notice, it's pretty it's widespread now. Jay, do you have a take on that?
Yes, I know the backstory. In 1991, David Rockefeller met secretly with Sir Mix-a-Lot. They invoked demonic entities from Xena, which you mentioned earlier, and the plan was to get Sir Mix-a-Lot to make a song that would popularize the large behind.
Perfect. I knew that was why the influence was.
Do you think it's more? I don't know, in the media now, or it's just that you like it more now?
No, I mean, I've always liked the bounce.
Yeah, but I guess
I'm not. Really, you guys, you like big fat butts, really?
I've always been that way.
Not fat. I'm not a boff guy or whatever that magazine's called, the big fat lady magazine.
I thought you guys were white guys. Is this a BET interview?
No, I'm not white.
Mike's
totally black.
Mike's half Mexican, half black, and half Indian. So.
Yes, I'm 1.5% of a man. No, 150% man.
I'm gonna have to go, you guys. I can't do interviews with other races.
I'm English. I'm an Englishman. But
I can only talk to you from now on.
Don't acknowledge any of my questions.
No, I've always been an ass man. I don't know, but
no, I am a butt guy. But the big jiggling ones. That's I don't know.
No, I don't like big nasties. I guess that's what they'd be.
Like, how big is big nasty? Like, where's the limit?
The line is
if it can clap. If you can clap with no hands.
Oh shit! That's like trying to ask where the limit is of trying to quit questioning stuff on the internet, I guess. But I don't know, man. This depends on.
This is the most atypical interview I've done yet. I've done a few of these, but I haven't had a butt talk yet. This is great.
This is probably the best podcast ever.
Dude,
it's been the highest rated podcast for 30 years straight.
You are on the highest rated. We have stickers to prove that.
And it's funny as people will tell me, like, podcasts haven't even been around that long. It's really surprising when I hear that. No, but I guess I do know your point because I read today that the age of the butt is over.
That's BS.
The age of the butt is over.
That was on the Huffington Post. The age of the butt is over, and I think that all comes from Kim Kardashian and everything.
What's next? Where do we go next?
I don't. I guess go back to
elbow.
Go back to boobs. I don't know.
It was never really boobs for me though. But you got to understand, I'm Mexican, so I think that it's always been. It's bred into me, right?
What, for big asses?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, maybe
Englishman.
English
for.
I know Mexican girl. I've dated 2 Mexican girls, and they didn't really have big butts. Mexican girls tend to kind of seem, pear shaped.
Yeah.
No, not the ones I had. They were cute, but they didn't have big butts.
Could make some comments about this. I'm just gonna pass though because there's like a time frame where you're
trap.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Whatever. I was gonna say there's a time frame where you're like, my God, those Mexican girls are gorgeous. And then,
granted, they were 60, but they were still hot.
And then they hit an age. And then they're like, my God, those Mexican girls are huge.
And why do they have mustaches now?
You know what I mean?
That's terrible, dude. All right. All right. Any of you listeners out there that are Mexican?
Oh, we got a ton of them. Mexico's like a third biggest download country.
You guys are huge in Mexico.
We are.
Our second biggest country is Ireland, but we can't get anybody to like respond to anything that we say. We'll like call out Ireland.
Are you being serious?
We are dead serious.
It goes.
Isn't that weird how isn't that weird how the internet works? Because I've got like there's a crowd of people in Romania and Portugal that really like Jaysanalysis. It's really weird to me. Like why Romania and Portugal?
Well, if you look at our statistics on stuff on like each show, or if you just look at the entire show overall, it's America, then Ireland.
We have 2 listens, and it's one American and one Irishman.
No, but our second biggest download country is Ireland. But then there's a whole list of other countries, and we both kind of know people all over the world because of being in the military and some people that are still in or whatever. But so those are understandable, like, oh yeah, some dude in Bahrain downloaded this. I know someone that's over there right now, or some dude in Greenland downloaded it. But yeah, like you're saying, when you're like, I don't know anybody in Iran right now, or Syria.
We had a lot of Iranian downloads,
Russia,
from our ISIS.
China, North Korea. Yeah, I think we even had North Korea. I didn't even think you could have the internet in North Korea.
Yeah, so I think that maybe they're bouncing shit around.
Well, I did on our last show. I had anonymous proxy. I don't even know what that means. I just immediately thought it was
me listening to it in your garage.
I just immediately thought it was CIA, but anonymous proxy. There's no other answer or explanation, I guess.
Jace, what was the bad guys in James Bond? What was the name of it? It's escaping me. Is it Chaos? Not Chaos. Spectre.
Jaws. He's dead.
It starts as Smurf, and then it becomes Spectre.
Smurf.
And no. Smurfs would be good. Smurf, SME. I forget what Smurf stands for, but it has some acronym that's supposed to be Soviet, because they were, the first few novels are Cold War. Mm-hmm. And then it becomes Spectre, which is interesting because Spectre is not associated with any nation. So it's an international body. We could liken it to the, quote, Illuminati, or we could liken it to some international corporate espionage type of situation. And, Spectre plays off the nation states against each other. So.
Oh no! Okay, I get it.
Now, Ian Fleming was, high-level British psyops, so he's actually writing real black operations into all the novels, and actually, you can actually tease out from each one of the novels real historical, plans that MI5, MI6 had.
That's interesting. What about like, as it like roll forward in time, and you had like Tom Clancy, in all those movies, like. Was that
right?
Is that
all
horseshit? Huh?
That's all Dr. Steve Pachenik. He actually
Pachenik?
Posted a couple. Yeah, he's posted some of my stuff, which kind of blew me away. But that's all. If you listen to Alex Jones, that he's the guy with Tom Clancy.
I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know that was his.
That CIA book I've been reading for like the past 8 years and cannot finish.
Is it bad?
No, it's just dry, but there's parts of it that talks about operations that the CIA's pulled, throughout history. Like some of the stuff that you read about will blow your mind of what they've done, and then it'll make you even more apparent.
Yeah,
what they're capable of.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like you think that. I mean, yeah, there's a Hollywood element to James Bond novels and stories, obviously, but you would be blown away with how much of it is actually real. Right. But of course, what SIS, what MI6's modus operandi is to actually put upon Spectre, whatever British intelligence is actually doing. So whatever you see Spectre doing in real life, is what MI6 was actually doing.
Right.
That book I read, I mean, some of the technology that they had around in the 70s, like
spaceships,
like radio-controlled dragonflies that had bugs on them that they would, bug people with, and bugged insects. Like,
Yeah, there's
in the 70s.
TJ Waters has a book about 9/11 and the recruitment for people for CIA after 9/11.
Uh-huh.
And in that book, he's a CIA guy. He talks about them having the dragonflies in the 70s.
Yeah, and they actually embedded a listening device in the cat's. They put it in its ear and run the radio or the antenna down the middle of its back.
What the
so that they could let stray cats in to, you know, walk, like if we were having a meeting right now and we were used to stray cats walking around, you know, cat could be in here.
You talking about the 80s band?
With Stray Cats, yeah, with Brian Setzer.
Yeah.
But
hell of a guitar player.
But you know,
Bugged.
I mean, that was back then. So like now, who knows what they have? Like shit could be
Your
like
dog is bugged, probably.
Oh, I guarantee it.
That's what I thought.
Everything's bugged.
I mean, it's got to be cheap to bug stuff, right?
Oh, dude.
Now, I mean,
Yeah.
your phone is. Wait a minute, they don't even need bugs. All they got is your phone. Like that phone is probably.
Well, you carry your phone
No,
with you
freaking-
everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has a phone, so yeah. What's the point of? And Wi-Fi works too.
Yeah.
And
Why bug
guarantee
it?
you- I guarantee you they can backfeed through that thing, you know, without turning it on.
It'd be like the 1984. They could talk to us, tell us to drink our gin. No, not to drink our.
Vic-
Do our
Victory gin.
exercises. Yeah, our victory gin. Smoke our victory smokes.
Well, I don't know. It's all crazy.
Jay, we'd like to have you back sometime.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. This was an interesting conversation because we went around a whole spectrum of subjects, from ass.
A booze-fueled rant with little substance.
Well, but we'll get.
That's what
next
our
time what we'll do.
that's
is
what our
we'll-
listeners look for. They look forward to that.
Our listeners have depth, Jay. They have depth, so that's what they're after. No, we will.
Which one? The guy in Ireland or Bahrain?
Well,
The one in Egypt.
neither. Yeah.
No,
Our Syrian audience.
I'm kidding, guys.
no. So really and truly, like what I'd like to do is, since we've introduced you, we'd like you to come back for sure.
In person.
Oh, in person. Here it
You know,
is.
fly me to the Austin studios and have me in like Alex.
Yeah.
As long as you have the documents.
I've got 1,000 documents for this.
The news is just piled up on you. You can't get through all of the headlines today. I'm sure.
Have you seen, you guys should seriously, you should YouTube my Alex Jones videos. They're pretty fine.
We will do
We
that.
will.
I will do it for sure. I mean, we both our jobs are.
I'm
we're
professional YouTuber at
Professional
work.
YouTubers now, so
I just have to remember is a thing. So
that's
Right
the
I'll
hard
put it on your Facebook like page with the other 4 guys that like it.
okay, perfect.
Thank you.
No, we really appreciate
I'm joking.
really appreciate having you on tonight, and we'll go ahead and
Jaysanalysis.
jaysanalysis.com. Check it out, and hopefully we can have you on again.
Yeah, man. Thanks, guys. It was a blast.
All right,
All right, man.
take it easy.
Take it easy.
So once again, we want to thank Jay Dyer from Jaysanalysis for being on our show. We really appreciate it, and we're gonna move on over to the hot zone. Hot. Hot zone. Started out with something good. Kim Kardashian. We talked about this briefly with Jay.
Yeah, we did.
Will NSFW pick of bare butt break internet? What does break the internet? Uh-oh.
What?
I don't know. Some video, autoplay video. They get you, dude. Does the internet just want to get you in trouble at work for not working?
I think so.
Like autoplay videos are the key to that. Because, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I'm going to click on this link of Kim Kardashian's ass, and then you got a, what is this? World of Warcraft ad shoot
Blood
up.
and
Yeah.
honor.
Yeah, listen to this.
Darok do or whatever they say.
You're obviously not opening an Excel file.
World of Warcraft.
Uh-oh. They don't endorse this show or anything like that. So
They should.
anyway, so Kim Kardashian has taken it upon herself to break the internet, which I don't even understand what that means. Break the internet?
Well, I don't know. Like, I guess
And this isn't two of the most revealing sexual photos she's ever posted. I've seen her in a porno video.
But her butt was not that big in that video.
You didn't even see it. Okay, so she posts a picture of herself in this long dress with a champagne glass resting on her butt, and then she's shooting champagne into it from the front.
Huh?
You didn't see that?
Wait a minute. That sounds a little bit... From the front, what does that mean? Like she's holding a champagne? Okay, I was like...
Holding a champagne...
When you said from the front, I was... For something...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure... I mean...
I was like, I've seen something like that in Thailand before, but it was ping pong balls into champagne glasses.
So, the second picture is her with her ass out. And like you said, it looks photoshopped because her waist is so small. But, okay. Unless the pic has been photoshopped, then that waist training she's been doing seems to really be working out. What's waist training?
I don't know. I probably need to do some of that.
Waist training? That's where you get on that machine, tie the belt around it, and it shakes you?
Yeah, the
My computer's totally jacked up. I can't open any of the pictures, which is probably better because I can't
be stuck on them?
Yeah, but anyway, so how do you break the internet? Like, what's the result of that? Is this what's happening right now? The fact because my internet doesn't work.
Exactly. She
Kim
broke
Kardashian met her goal.
You can't click on the link because it's broken.
I don't know. I mean, it's an amazing picture. She's got a great ass.
Great derriere.
Yeah, but
with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face.
She's
Jay hit it, I think. Rockefeller and Sir Mix-a-Lot. Sir Mix-a-Cool.
I don't know, man. I do think that she should quit trying to act like she's got any sort of talent at all or anything. You know what I mean?
She's balancing a champagne glass on her butt.
Yeah, but
that's not a talent.
It won't be long until she's got a record deal or something. You know what I mean? It's serious. Like all these people, all of them go. Ariana Grande, that little hot Mexican girl from that Disney show,
from Sam and Cat.
Yeah,
from Victorious.
She's
looking at this.
She's on the radio now. Yeah, she's on the radio. You know, she's fucking auto-tuned to shit all over the radio.
That's G-Man's. That's his thing.
Auto-tune or Ariana Grande?
Yeah, Ariana Grande. He called me and said,
"I like her too, man."
That's his. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
No.
She's your bloodline.
I know, but that's not her name, really. Ariana Grande. Ariel Venti. Whatever.
She's Mexican, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's funny is on that show, Sam and Cat or whatever.
Her voice is like this.
Yeah, she talks like this the whole time. And she's completely annoying.
It's terrible.
It's really sad that I've actually watched.
Well, you got a daughter.
But she doesn't watch that.
No, but you do. That channel would be a channel that you made.
Here's the thing is, like, I turn the TV on, I'm like, who's that tall drink of water? You know what I mean? Fucking Disney kids? No. You kidding me?
That's the idea, though, right? That if you look at...
Because then I feel bad, but then I, like, Google search, like, oh, she's 21 or whatever, so I feel all right. Yeah, but before that, I was like, oh, shit, man, am I a weirdo?
Man, you've seen those videos I've sent to you. The ones about the Disney Project Monarch betas, all that mind programming stuff, right? So
speaking of... well, probably, I don't know.
Yeah, you've seen them.
Anyway, I watched the video, or my daughter's obsessed with a CGI movie that's about a scientist that makes a machine that turns water into food. The second one, and the food becomes food animals. Well, throughout the whole movie, the
Meatballs movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Throughout the whole movie, the professor's doing the
giving devil horns.
The 666.
Oh, is he really?
On each hand, yeah. Throughout the whole movie. The whole reason I watched it or noticed, I'm like, all these fucking YouTube videos that you send me that talk about 666 that everyone's putting out, like Jay-Z and Kim Kardashian. Now the
cloudy
lead
meatballs
guy
is
of LiveCore is doing it. So So if I were to,
esoteric meanings there going on.
so if I were to ask you what the best-selling drug in America is, what would you think?
The best-selling drug?
Yeah, I would have immediately thought, this is going to trick me into thinking coffee or something like Folgers, because caffeine's a drug or whatever. But
oh, okay. So this is this the line of thinking that I have to have?
No.
Just
need to stick to the regular
best-selling
drug in America is boner pills.
Viagra, right?
No.
Heart
pills. No. Allergy
pills. No. How about brain pills?
The top seller is the antipsychotic
it is brain
Abilify.
pills.
Is that not scary?
That's scary. So everybody's on brain pills.
Made of
brain pills.
Made of aripiprazole. The drug is indicated to treat certain mental mood disorders such as bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and irritability associated with autistic disorder. Abilify has also been found to help patients with depression. In the report, nearly $7 billion was spent on the drug from April of 2013 to March 2014. That total is more than the combined sales of all other antidepressants combined.
And it's Abilify.
Yeah, Abilify has been proven to improve quality of life for schizophrenics. The mechanism is unknown. It also says that it's extremely powerful medicine being prescribed at an astonishingly high rate, which, we've said and read and heard that one of the common
SSRIs,
denominators from all the previous mass murders all have what?
SSRIs in there, either on it or just recently off of it.
The thing that kills me is like all these ads for these, like if you have sudden urges to gamble or bang the shit out of everybody on your block or have suicidal thoughts, please contact your doctor. Why would you ever take that?
Yeah, that's going to cause you to be like, well, if you leave greasy stains on your couch.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm so depressed. Here, honey, take these. Okay.
Let's head to Vegas.
Yeah.
I got everybody in the hotel.
I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the gas station. Come home. Honey, I'm sorry, but I put the house and the cars on if the weatherman was going to say absolutely, and he said it, so we lost the house and the car. But good news is I feel like fucking right now. So. And I'm not depressed. Scary, man. The fact that many people are prescribed that or on it or whatever is scary in itself because
it's messing with their brain chemicals, right?
Yeah, and the fact that anyone in this country thinks that they can be prescribed a pill to fix their problems is sad in the first place. And I understand that there's actually
people
mentally
that are bipolar and they actually are schizophrenic.
Mentally, deranged or not deranged, mentally ill people that need help, but these doctors and everything are prescribing shit like I just said. They're at an astonishingly high rate. Like everything's a pill.
Mm-hmm.
You need a pill. You need to be on a pill.
Everybody needs their soma.
You're depressed.
Yeah, right.
Well, everyone gets depressed at some point or another, or down or whatever. Go for a walk or go work out. Or
I guess the difference between Aldous Huxley's Brave New World and the soma reference, and today with all the SSRIs, is that in that book, the classes got different, got varying doses of soma, right? So like the higher the class, you could. It was a.
Isn't there an actual drug now named Soma?
I think there is a drug called Soma, but
it's like a sleeping aid.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, right? But today it's provided to anybody that wants it. You want to Abilify, just roll down to the local doctor and tell them that you're fucking crazy and you need it.
It's the same thing as college. Like, I want to go to college. Well, you didn't finish high school. Well, I want to go. Well, can you pay tuition? Yeah, I can pay tuition. You're in. Like, you go to a doctor. I need anything. Well, are you sick? Yeah, I'm sick. Well, you just, you know what I mean?
That's a perfect example. So I went to get my testosterone checked, right?
Yeah.
And obviously I don't have low testosterone. But I wanted to check. I just wanted to make sure that I was
Obviously.
and so that I was going to start roiding, but no, I really
You're going
wanted
to share it, right? If you
I
get
was
some?
I was gonna be like, all right, dude, here we go. This is gonna help us. We're gonna be able to. We're gonna win the run and gun.
I'll be scared I'll lose my hair and grow tits. I'd be an ugly woman.
Bald ass woman
Yeah.
with big hoots.
Anyway, so
So-
how'd that go?
Well, so it was interesting because I went there. I got blood test, right? It was a scam, dude. So it was a whole scam because I just went to what's called the low T center, right?
Because we've talked to a guy at the gym that said, "You guys ought to go see if you got low testosterone
Right.
because I got low testosterone. I get these shots all the time, and now and he's all
he's
testosterone
old
up.
too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's an older guy, so if I get old, yeah, give me that stuff. I don't care. I'm gonna look like a freak. I'll
So-
look like Mickey Rourke by the time.
God,
But
that guy needs to cut it out.
yeah,
He needs to go the Clint Eastwood route and just let it age. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry,
So,
keep
so
cutting.
I went there, and they're like, "Well, you're right where you're supposed to be for your age, and your free testosterone is through the roof." And I was like, "Well,
What does that mean?
that means that my libido's out of control." So,
Got a boner right now.
no. Anyway, I'm just I'm obviously exaggerating a little bit here, but.
So they give you testosterone? Or?
No, but here's what they said: they said, well, legally we can't get you on the program, right? The program is what they called it, right?
Really?
So,
Just like the movie.
it was a program.
You gonna throw an alligator in the shower next time we're at the gym?
Possibly. So they said we can't get you on the program, but there'll be one more test that we need to run to make sure that you can't get on it, and we'll give you the results on
Rock,
Monday.
paper, scissors?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this sounds. And they called back and they're like, well, your free testosterone is too high, is what they said.
So they're doing everything they can to get
Right,
you on.
they're trying to pull you into it, right? And guess what it does? So here's the idea. Now, this isn't true, but they tell you right off the bat that look, you'll never be able to get off of it, which that's false because you can use like a Novaldex or any kind of, just like any other of those. You can always restart your testes, right? But
Does it shrink your nuts like regular
yeah,
steroids?
I'm sure it does. It it causes atrophy and stuff like that. So
always kills me. People are like, well, your dick's going to shrink. Like,
no,
just your balls.
Just your balls. But so the funny thing is, though, the doctor was talking to me the whole time, and he was like, "Hey, just come back in a little while.
After you watch
maybe,
Still Magnolias a couple times and
and drink a lot of beer and don't get any sleep, and then come back and we'll redo these tests." I mean, essentially, that's what they were getting at. Like, and then all you do is you come in on the program, and it's $50 a shot, and we give you a shot every week or every other week, and
Dude,
you're good to go.
It's not hard for me to believe that a majority of the population of this day and age is low on testosterone, though.
Well, it makes sense, right?
Well, yeah, look at people.
And look at what's in your water.
Fluoride?
Yeah.
Well, I think, I mean, we've talked about that anyway, the
The
masculination of man that's going on in society now but serious, you know what I mean? It's you go to the mall or the store and look around, like everyone's pansies. Everyone's like weak and pathetic.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Like they're not capable of taking care of themselves.
No, I mean, you don't have to be huge or anything, but like at least be able to carry a bag of cement, from Lowe's to your truck without being and I know genetics has got something to do with it, but seriously, like, I don't know if it's the fashion or what, but like the skinny, bearded, metrosexual.
To all of our listeners that are skinny, bearded, and metrosexual,
beef up. Get on the testosterone, Joe. All you Irish bastards, Syrian rebels, and Russian defectors. No, I don't know. I don't know what I think a lot of it's because people in general like shun or don't approve of any sort of like violent or aggressive behavior that's associated with being masculine. So like it's cool to be Mr. Feminization,
right?
You know what I mean,
right?
Like
because
sensitive
cool
and all that.
Way, right?
Well, yeah, but
it's not cool to be that way, but it's made out to be cool that way.
And I'm not like that at all. So I don't know. It's this. It's really, to me, it's sad because it's like the death of an era, I guess. You know what I mean?
It's maybe the death of man.
Like you watch the same video about the meatball people.
Mm-hmm.
The dad's like this real husky dude with a mustache and dogs like this and fishes. The son's never fished a day in his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I remember the meatball.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like it's just like I'm getting drunk. I think just like hunting. Like you take, we talked before about like people that can change their own oil. How many people do you know that you work with that know how to butcher an animal? You know what I mean?
True. We lose a lot of things.
Yeah, like 30 years ago. Oh yeah, everyone could do it. I don't know if that makes you a man or not. You got to get on testosterone pills because you can't butcher an animal. Anyway,
hey doc, fucking cannot butcher this deer.
Yeah.
I need a shot.
Yeah, can we give you some pills? Oh shit! I got the thing bagged, ground, cut up, hammed out,
and a mustache in 30 minutes.
Yeah. So this is from
What's next?
This is from the Patriot Post, an email I get. It's a conservative email, which some of it I agree with, some of it I don't. Anyway, they had a little thing about a recent episode of CSI, the crime scene investigation show.
All right.
Have you seen? I don't watch it.
No, but it absolutely drives me crazy because CSI?
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. NCIS. Well, fuck it. They're all the same.
The same, yeah.
I'm tired of them, dude.
Oh.
I'm tired of there's like NCIS, Alabama, CSI, South Dakota. Like, it's Pine Ridge.
I don't know. This is pretty good, though. So.
All right.
This is I'm going to read it word for word. Like I said, this is from a conservative email, so it's going to be right-leaning. So anyway, it says, crime scene investigation provides a perfect illustration of the left's lies about guns. After a mass shooting at a hotel, the coroner pulls a bullet from the body of a dead young mom, observing that it's the size of a .223, consistent with an AR-15. The weapon they already have known was used in the fictitious killing spree. Most coroners, real ones, not the kind on TV, would also probably tell you that in intact .223s usually don't get pulled out of bodies. The round has a well-documented tendency to fragment. Is that true?
I would think yes, because
I would just think it'd be out in the front, out the back.
No, so that was the idea, I guess, from the creation of it, is that it tumbles as soon as it hits.
Yeah, but not fragment, right?
It comes apart. It just mushrooms and not in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know. Anyway, after this prompt from the coroner, Ted Danson's character, the lead CSI.
What? Sam Malone is in this one?
Yeah. The lead CSI adds, America's favorite assault rifle, capable of firing 700 rounds a minute.
Holy shit.
I know.
That dude's a bad...
serious mag changes.
Must be Garrett.
Yeah. No, actually it's not. Again, an AR-15 is a semi-automatic rifle capable of only firing as frequently as the operator can pull the trigger. And a standard magazine is 30 rounds. So unless a person could pull the trigger nearly 12 times per second, not counting switching out mags more than 23 times in a minute, 700 rounds per minute is not, in fact, possible. If viewers don't already know the truth, they may assume this TV show about science is giving it to them.
Skipping words.
Did I really?
You skipped ostensibly.
Oh, ostensibly about science is giving it to them. Finally, the CIS coroner laments that kind of firepower belongs in a war zone, not on our streets.
Oh.
So they get a little twist there
So
about
they want to take away your ability to defend yourself.
because I mean AR-15, 700 rounds a minute. That's, you know, it's crazy. Those people that have no idea, which I don't. I always get pissed off when I hear, you see people arguing about weapons, and they're like, "Well, you're not using the correct terminology. It's not a clip; it's a magazine, so you don't know what you're talking about." Like, who gives a shit? Like, clip magazine, you know what they're referring to. It doesn't matter.
That does bother me.
You know, like, but
it's not a clip.
yeah, it's a magazine. Like,
Shut the fuck up.
yeah, who cares? But
You elitist bastard.
Yeah.
You know what else I thought about today? Is that so when you go to a hobby shop now and you buy a radio controlled airplane, is that a drone now?
it's gonna be. Yeah.
So-
Let's talk about that because I've got a radio controlled plane that I flew 2 weeks
But
ago.
now it's a drone.
Well, I guarantee you, like before. So, let's just finish this up.
All right,
so,
all
the fact CSA is trying to push their agenda on the fact that you shouldn't own an AR-15, which I think, in the Spearhead transmission, it's going to go on the record now to say that everyone should own an AR-15 and
On
learn
the
how to
record.
shoot it. Yeah, learn how to shoot it and use it, and also know how to field dress it or break it down under stressful situations, which we may go to in the future. But anyway,
Oh,
okay,
a
so
little foreshadowing, folks. Be
yes,
ready.
I own a Trojan condom. P20
Magnum XL.
Trojan P26 Navy trainer model airplane that's
Drone.
probably, how big is that thing? It's like a 3
It's at
foot,
least-
4 foot
8 inches.
wingspan.
Oh.
Yeah, 4 foot wingspan. It's a styrofoam electric plane. It probably flies, I don't know, like 40 miles an hour. So I was flying that. I had it for 3 years before I flew it. So I was scared I was going to crash it. So I flew it a couple weeks ago. But with all this shit now that you can do, all these people that are flying these drones,
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time before you have to have a light. I guarantee it. Like I said it before. Like I wonder how some terrorist hasn't put bombs in these things and try to take down a plane or something. Some idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And like I guarantee you, it's about to be regulated.
Hold on. Just what happened just now is all these guys were like, all these guys in Syria that's been listening to us in Ireland.
Get some planes!
You son of a bitch. They're like, holy
Why
shit,
didn't we
we'd
think
never
about
thought of this before.
Thing is, the payload on like my plane's not going to be much.
It was like an M80.
So
Oh.
you're not going to get much out of it. But like I guarantee you, man, it's coming. Like there's going to be a point to where just like that fucking handheld radio I have in there, you have a license from the FCC or the FAA to fly a plane, model airplane. And I think it'll extend out to like model rockets. Because before if I were to fly my plane at like a airfield, radio controlled airfield, you have to carry insurance from the American Model Administration, Amateur Model Aeronautic.
That's some fat guy that sits in his house.
yeah.
He's like, you need
it's
insurance for this.
It's the
plane.
AMA, and they'll cover you for like $1 million for a
$1 million?
yeah for like
What the hell is your plane going to do?
Well, dude, my plane could kill someone if it flew into their head.
Oh, that's true.
But so I mean, some of those planes are big and gas powered, run off chainsaw motors. So if they fly into a car or house and light on fire or whatever,
I guess the way I look at it is like if you're flying shit around and somebody's, like you go out there and you're like, hey, I want to watch this fly around. That's your chance you're taking because you trust in that guy flying that thing. You don't need insurance. That's dumb.
well, a guy got his head chopped off by a
Well,
helicopter.
he shouldn't have been
in
standing around then.
New York. But anyway, to fly out at like a sanctioned field, you have to have AMA insurance. I think it's $1 million. I may be wrong. I don't have it because I don't fly at sanctioned fields. I fly at parks and soccer fields. But like it's gonna come
It's coming to it.
Yeah, because if you
have
look
your
on
drone license,
you can't fly a model airplane over I think it's 400-foot ceiling, and within like a mile and a half of an airport. But there's people on the internet with that FPV, that first-person viewing, to where I don't know if I sent you those videos. Like you can put on these goggles and fly these planes now, to where Like if you can play a video game and fly a plane, you can fly FPV because you're first person. You're not watching it from the outside. Like if a plane's
that makes sense.
Yeah, like if a plane's flying, a model airplane's flying towards you, all the controls are backwards.
Right. So your brain has to operate.
Yeah. So you got to like, okay, I'm gonna turn right. So
turn
right's left. But if you fly at FPV,
it's real time.
It's just like flying a plane on a video game.
Wow.
But those people are taking those things and flying like above the clouds and like thousands of feet in the air, and they're doing it with those drones, like the octocopters and all that crap. So either there's going to be an incident where it hits like some plane, or they've already said that they've had to divert planes because of drones. Yeah. So it's going to be regulated. It's just another way. It's just another way to get money for one. Mm-hmm. If everyone that flies a model airplane has to get a $100 license, it's just more money. But yeah, I think that's coming. But my plane's not a drone. Mine's a radio controlled plane. An amateur model.
I don't know.
That doesn't.
That didn't satisfy my.
I do want to build. I would like to build a. If I had more time, like I always think, 10 o'clock in the morning, man, is my most
motivated time period
like, of the day.
Stuff done.
It's Monday through Friday. On the weekends, on 10 o'clock.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah, it's not happening. But 10 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, I'm like, I'm gonna build
at work
a 10-foot wingspan styrofoam Predator drone that flies off electrical battery power, just to see if I can build one, and I put a camera on it, and then I'm like, I'll make it a first person flyer, but
that'd be.
I don't have time to do it. You know what I mean?
But at 10 o'clock at work, you think you have time.
If I was doing that,
of course you got time.
But
what you should do is you should bring these minor projects to work. You're like,
working on there. Well, this is a 10-foot wingspan drone that I thought up the other day. Do you need something? Because I'm a little busy. How are those change orders coming? Well, I'll get to those shortly. I'm cutting some styrofoam here. In fact, could you just go ahead and take off?
Or hold on to that right there, that tape, that measuring tape? Yeah, I don't know. I think that you might not.
I would love to, dude.
You'd probably be promoted to president of the company.
If I could just do shit like that at work. Thing is I'd have about 15 unfinished
projects
things
going on.
Yeah, crammed around.
That's the way I roll. You get partially done and then lose interest.
Yeah, I want to build and a lot of mine are simple. I want to build that train track out there in my shed and gun rack.
You got a train track in the shed?
I got a train set.
That's going to be a good. That might be a good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I said we already talked about the Syrian.
Yeah. That's it made me sad, right?
Why don't we ring someone?
All right, let's do it.
We're live.
We're live.
So this is a
surprise phone call.
So if we get your number, your game. We're not gonna get an answer here.
So we'll try another then.
A lot of ringing.
Yeah, that seems like an excessive amount of ringing.
Call has been forwarded to automated voice messaging system.
Let's
leave him a message.
0 2
No,
5 3 5 6 9 5 0 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
You played his entire phone. He's gonna get phone calls from Syria. You missed your podcast debut, and we just broadcasted your phone number over the entire internet. So
don't blame us.
All right.
When you get calls.
Going to someone else.
We love you, and nobody knows his name.
Hello?
Kirsten.
Yeah?
What's up?
You calling?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, congratulations on your kid, by the way. I meant to say that.
Oh, I haven't had it yet. It's March 2nd, but thank you.
How are you, Kirsten?
You're
Good.
You're on our podcast right now. You're a
Surprise guest.
surprise phone call.
Oh, it was a surprise.
Yeah, it is. So
11:30 at night.
you weren't asleep, were you?
I'm on my way to bed.
No, you're
No.
not. You're not now.
Oh, yeah.
So we started a new thing where we start calling people on each of our phones. It seems to be we've just picked people out of my phone lately.
Well, that's just the way it
that's
works.
fun.
So we have some
Lucky
questions.
me.
So we have some questions we want to ask you.
Let's give you something. Let's do something different here.
But
real quick
first,
so do you have anything that you'd like to say
since
you're a surprise guest
and the biggest Spearhead transmission fan out there?
No.
Absolutely nothing. You don't want to plug anything?
No.
You don't want to be like,
No.
okay, all right, well,
How's
here you go.
Texas? Is it cold down there?
It's chilly. It got a little chilly this week.
You said you're on your way to bed, so what's the deal? Are you like in transition? Are you naked?
No.
Okay.
Oh, for God's sake.
All
No,
right,
I'm not
well-
naked.
Well, I mean, you are a Spearhead transmissioner listener, and all of our women Spearhead transmissioner listeners sleep naked. So
Fact.
it's a fact. So, all right.
Well, I've got like 3 kids in my bed, so, you know.
Oh, well, yeah, that's probably throws a wrench in that. So we've got
Toddlers. I've got a house full of toddlers.
Do you still have all
You know
your
this.
Do you still have all your goats? Did you get rid of your goats?
No, I don't have goats anymore. We have to get rid of those.
they eat
It's not
everything.
like kill them.
Right?
We didn't kill them. They were just causing too much trouble, and
Eating
I
kids' pants.
kept up with them. I was like really pregnant at the time, and it was almost impossible to keep up with them.
So
we sent them off to some good homes.
goat's not
Together.
a traditional Dutch dish, right?
So all those goats are dead at this point, right?
I think one of them is anyway,
They're
but not of
tasty
my
treats.
doing.
It's a desi masala.
Chivo, Chiva. What I don't even know what I'm saying.
No, I don't know. We eat things like bitterbolla,
Yeah.
and croquettes.
Kirsten's the one I was
Hot
talking
goat
about
doll.
that told me that she's Dutch. No, from Norway, but of Dutch descent.
Oh, so
I
they
am.
swam across that sea then,
Yeah, and we can't remember.
I did
the
when
Baltic
I was
Sea,
16,
or the
15.
you swam. You like what you like?
Yeah, I literally
Beowulf,
swam.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly like Beowulf. I knew it.
Yep.
All right.
So
here you go.
Here are your questions.
Here are your questions. Are you ready? Do you want to
Okay.
start, or you want me to? Start?
You go ahead.
All right. So
So confused.
Kirsten.
You guys kind of sound the same.
Kirsten.
Well, you're
This is Mike.
yeah, not Nick.
You guys kind of sound the
Well,
same.
now, how about
Crazy.
now? Do we sound the same now?
You're talking to Mike.
Yeah. I don't,
What?
Okay, see? You guys kind of sound the same.
Oh.
On the phone, you sound the same. I don't know who the hell is talking to me.
Man, you don't have an accent at all anymore. You've been in Texas like too long.
I have. I've been in Texas for like 10 years.
Where's your your Norwegian accent?
Say Taco
Well, I never
Bell.
had Taco Bell.
Oh, it's totally gone. Do you know
I
that
know.
you the way you said Taco Bell when we were in high school has transferred the way that I say it to where my wife makes fun of me now.
What do
because
you,
of
how
the
do
way
you
I
say it?
Taco Bell.
Taco.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco.
Because
my mom,
Kirsten-
I think my mom still says it like
Kirsten
that.
used to say like, "Where do you want to go to lunch?" And she'd always be like, "Let's go to Taco Bell."
Taco
Like
Bell.
it's downwards instead of Taco Bell.
Oh, it's Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell.
Taco Bell.
Anyway,
Taco Bell.
okay. Start the questions.
All right. Oh, hold on one second. Let me see. So, number one.
All right.
When faced with a dick. That's not the question. When faced with a difficult situation, i.e., being stuck in a group text with 10 other people, what actions do you or have you taken? That's it.
That's a deep question, Kirsten.
Well, it just depends who the other 9 people are.
Kirsten, I've been stuck in a text a group text with you, and I don't even really know you. And you seem to handle yourself pretty well.
Okay, that was like 3 days long. That was ridiculous, and I just stopped texting.
So there you go. So you stopped
engaging.
texting, stopped engaging. All right. Are you next?
A good answer. Okay, number 2. When dealing with an extremely embarrassing occurrence, what is your typical response? Ignoring the embarrassment or embracing it? Feel free.
I typically embrace it or like laugh or cower like a child. I don't know. No, I usually just laugh.
Yeah, embracing it's the way to go, I think.
I mean, for me it is.
I'll laugh.
People that ignore an embarrassing moment.
I've been embarrassed so many times in my life. I think laughing is really only the way to get through it.
Like what?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, perfect. So give us an example of an embarrassing
Well, how far
moment.
back do you want to go?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
5 years.
5 years. Well, okay, I was playing music like not that long ago. I was playing music at this little winery place, and I think I just started, playing and stuff like that. So I was like nervous, and oh my God, I fucked up every single song I could have played, I think, in every possible way. I didn't know whether I wanted to shit my pants or throw up all at the same time. It was gnarly. I was so embarrassed. And then, and in that instance, I think I might have wanted to cry as well. But that was pretty embarrassing.
So what? Did you just?
I just powered my way through it.
And you didn't poop your pants.
I did not shit my pants. I did not puke. I might have cried a little bit, but I ended up laughing, and it ended up being all good.
So that's probably the best way, because I think if you would have ignored it, you probably would have pooped your pants and puked.
Yeah.
I pooped my
Yeah,
pants.
that would not have been fun.
Nick has pooped his pants, he said.
And then that would have been really embarrassing.
Yeah, it's no good. There's no good way to get out of that, especially if you're on stage. Like when
No.
you
No.
walk off all like Humpty
You
Dumpty.
point at somebody else and blame it on them.
Yeah.
And waddle
no,
away.
that would be bad.
You could always blame it on the drummer. There you
Yeah, it was just me up there.
Oh,
by myself.
you're done then.
Yeah, the best way to handle that would be like, hey guys, I just shit my pants. I'm gonna take off. It's been good tonight.
And laugh.
Yeah.
So embrace that embarrassment.
Yeah.
So it is the solid answer.
Because I would die laughing if someone did that. It'd be hilarious.
I wouldn't be like, it wouldn't bother me.
I wouldn't laugh.
Honesty is the best, though. Like, honesty works.
Yeah, exactly. Honesty is the best answer.
Mm-hmm. All right, so are you ready for your
number
third
3
question?
is you.
All right.
Go.
So we're leaving the best one for you. All right. All right, so this is the third question. I hate this question.
That's a hard one.
Yeah,
They're all hard.
If global warming is real, what are you doing to combat it, and how does this affect your life as an individual, if you believe that it's real?
Well, okay. Like, are we really getting serious now about this?
Yeah, you got rid of your goats.
Yeah, there you go. So that's one less thing I have to feed.
Yeah, but now you have to start a lawnmower to mow your grass.
Yeah, no. Yeah. All right. No, I don't really do that much.
You believe in global warming?
Yeah, I kind of do, I guess. Yeah, I do. I mean, I hear all the, I've read all about, like, I've read the theories, like, the people that, the arguments about it and for it and all that stuff. And I think that was my environmental science class or whatever it was, like, several years ago, I got really into it. And, but, like, you can't let that shit, like, consume your life, though, you know what I mean? So moderation is key. Everybody just, like, does things in moderation, you know what I'm
Only
saying?
use
Like,
heroin
don't
in
consume too
moderation.
much, like,
I was in the military.
I don't know. I'm not very good at answering this question.
Well,
Was
the
that
next one you'll be good at.
Instructor that told us that moderation was for the weak.
That's exactly what we were
I'm
told
a big
as well.
moderation. I think moderation is good.
So basically, if I'm gonna sum up your answer on that, you do believe in global warming,
But you don't do shit about it.
No,
Perfect.
I do little things. I do as much as I can. I used to feel some pride in like doing more for the environment, or like, more to cut down on my consumption of, energy and waste and stuff like that. Now it's like toddlers running my household. It's a lot different.
See, so even if you didn't believe in global warming, that would be good for you, though, right? Even if you did all that
Yeah,
stuff.
because I think wasting shit, okay, if there's one thing that irritates me, wasting shit really irritates me,
Yeah.
Like, I need a car, so I have to use gas or whatever. Like, I don't drive a whole heck of a lot, so I'm not really, like, don't feel too, guilty or bad about that kind of shit. It's more like just, I'm not into wasting stuff, period. Like, I never have. Like, I don't like wasting food. I don't like wasting, getting things that I don't need. Like, so I'm not a big, like, consumer and, like, just buying stuff. I hate shopping. I just get, like, stuff that I need. So, in that way, I
good
guess.
ethos.
Yeah.
Okay, final question.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go to sleep? Right? I heard the yawn.
I thought that was the final question.
No,
four.
this
There's
is
four.
the best question.
Oh,
This is
Anyway.
the best question.
If Ronald Reagan is the ideal Republican and Bill Clinton is the ideal Democrat, who would you rather wake up to sore, naked, without any memory of the night before? Oh, what? Excuse me, I messed that up.
Oh,
Would
my
you
gosh.
rather wake up sore, naked, and without any memory of the night before next to the Burger King telling you you had it your way, or wake up next to Ronald McDonald telling you that you were loving it?
oh, Jesus. Who came up with this question?
These are
These are Spearhead transmission official
it's
questions.
pulled straight from the psychological eval questions from MIT and Harvard.
That's right. Our last guest helped to construct those.
Yeah, neither.
Neither.
What? We gave you there was, would you rather wake up next to
No, there's-
Burger King
There's two
or Ronald
options.
McDonald? Burger King telling you had it your way, or Ronald McDonald telling you were loving it?
Do I really have to answer?
Of course.
This is a syndicated podcast. Of course you do.
All right.
I don't know what
I guess it would
syndicated
be the
means.
Burger King.
I'm not sure. Either.
Burger King?
Yeah.
Burger King is better than McDonald's, so
Yeah.
you answered wisely.
At least he's. At least he's like saying, you had it your way.
See, the thing is that answer.
Well, see, I like that part.
Yeah, so it shows that you're
Instead of being like, listen, you probably weren't loving this, but I'm going to tell you were loving it, right? But Burger King's like, I'm obliging you. He's like, I'm meeting your needs. You had it your way.
That's always good.
But
Yeah, see, there you go.
and
Ronald McDonald, egotistical bastard, telling you that you were loving it, regardless, even if he was not satisfying your needs
and you're not flame broiled.
and not flame broiled.
Well, Kirsten,
Yeah, I'm not playing with Ronald McDonald. No way.
appreciate you being on our podcast. Since
Yeah,
you're a big fan.
So you sure you don't have
I
anything
am.
that you want to plug,
Yeah, like nothing.
like
I
music?
don't-
You said
I
you have
mean,
it. Oh, you just
I
embarrassed
play
to be
music.
on here?
I'd play some music. I have a Facebook page, a music page, but
Well, plug
I don't
it.
really do much
Plug-
on there. Well, it's
plug
just
This is
it's facebook.com/Hey Kirsten, so HeyKirsten, and it's just me and my guitar and some songs. But there's really nothing much on that page. But I do update it sometimes if I play around here.
And you're in the
Houston, Texas area.
Houston, Texas area, and you're currently working on a big screen rendition of High School.
Our high school days, absolutely.
Yeah, we're all going to
It's always
star
in the
in it,
works.
and it's going to become.
Always got something going on in my head with that.
Going to make us millionaires.
Can I be a foreign exchange student?
She's the foreign exchange student.
Well, how am I going to get in
The
this?
first time I ever saw a Resident Alien card in my life was Kirsten's.
That's true.
How I want to
still
get
have
in
it.
on this reenactment
So I
of
can't vote. I can't vote still either.
How long can you be a Resident Alien? Or am I getting you in trouble?
Forever.
Oh. I guess.
I mean, for as long as I keep it up to date. I like I like to keep my options open.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I ever want to swim back.
The Dutch
Swim back
of
further,
Norway
now.
descent.
Kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so Kirsten, thank you. You can head back to bed naked because that's the
Thank
way
you.
we know that you are doing it.
Thank you.
If you have any ideas for shows, make sure you email us.
Yeah, and
And,
you're going to listen to this podcast now, aren't you? You gotta
I
hear
will
yourself.
not. I mean, will. I will. Yes.
Better, and you're going to tell all your friends too.
Yes, I will.
All right. Thanks for being on, and
Thanks.
thanks for answering our questions.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. So, surprise phone call. If you're on either of our phones or you got a Facebook page with your phone number on it, you're a suspect. You may get called at 11:30 at night and have to answer some ridiculous questions. Be part of a worldwide show that spreads ideas and intellect throughout the world. I don't know if it's the booze or what, but it's hard for me to talk tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like forcing.
You're all right, dude.
So anyway, we had a good show tonight. That's gonna be it.
Yeah, so we left out a lot of stuff on the table, right? Like as far as like our numerous segments.
Yeah. But it's fine. Though it change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we said, we got
Interesting.
some things in the works, some changes that we're gonna do, some additions, some subtractions.
There might be some visual aids that
Yeah.
that are gonna pop up.
So make sure and stay tuned. Make sure and tell your friends, your family, your coworkers. Tell them about the Spearhead transmission. Any questions, concerns, comments that you have about the show, make sure to send them to xspearheadx@yahoo.com.
That's xspearheadx@yahoo.com.
Like and share our Facebook page. Like and share our YouTube page. And other than that, it's a good show, and we'll see you next week.
Adios, muchachos.
Accessing your mind. Programming started. Thank you for listening to the Spearhead transmission. We know you enjoyed your experience. Please come again and partake in our ridiculousness. There is so much more to explore. Remember, your mind is yours. You are not part of a collective. You will start to think independently if you seek the truth. Stop buying the lies. Water that tree of liberty, and you will break those chains of mental slavery. You are beautiful and heroic. Until next time, goodbye. We love you.